And good evening, guys. Welcome to another show. Welcome to the Jamie Phillips Football Chat. Hope everyone is really well. So today, guys, there's no football going on for the next couple of weeks. So just doing something a little bit different on the channel today. So we're going to look through the Premier League review. So we're going to review the teams this season in the top 20. We're going to be looking at who will the champions be. I think we already know, but we can debate about it. We can talk about it. We're going to talk about who will finish in the top four, what three teams will go down, and we're going to grade every team in the league this season, give them a grade. A plus being the best and F being the worst, guys. So that's what we've got in store today. I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's doing good. So we'll start off. I just got review quickly the games last weekend. Just talk about Liverpool quickly. So last weekend our game, we got to the cup final, obviously beating Arsenal, which was a fantastic achievement. Beating Brentford the week before, and then beating Crystal Palace last week. Now, obviously, we know our main attacking players are out on AFCON. So, still competing and scoring goals and winning games when our best forwards are not around, was excellent for me. It was really good because, a lot of people thought we wouldn't win a single game without Salah and Mane, attacking lineup, Keita, players going off to AFCON. They thought we'd struggle. They thought we wouldn't, and it's just showing that, we've still got a decent side there. Oxlade-Chamberlain has stepped up in Salah's replacement away at the AFCON. He's had a good few games coming in. Jota's obviously been fantastic. Bobby's coming. It's still not doing too bad. I think we all forgot that we have got Jota and Bobby at the club. So we lost Mane and Salah. Yes, they're goals between them. I think they've got 32 goals between them or something ridiculous like that this season. And or 28 goals between them, something ridiculous stat like that they've got between them this season. That's an incredible amount of goals between 2 foot wide players. So obviously you won't have that sort of goal scoring, but we forgot we had Bobby. Bobby Firmino, I think, was a little bit forgot about. Super talented footballer. Jota's come in, sort of take his place. And I think we just forgot about him a little bit. And, Bobby and Jota and Ox have had, they've been tremendous for us. They were good for the Brentford game, the Shrewsbury game, second leg against Arsenal. And then obviously against Palace, which was a very tight game, could have gone either way towards the end. We've got a bit of luck with VAR and so forth, but so does every team. So Liverpool have done decently. We've done what we've had to do, been professional, got the 6 points we needed out of them 2 league games, got to a cup final, and we went through an FA Cup game. Can't ask more from the lads. It's a good play all round. Jurgen Klopp and his team should be really happy. Jurgen Klopp and his management team should be really happy about it because at the end of the day, they must have been a little concerned about Salah and Mane, no matter what they would say behind to us, behind the scenes. They would have been a little concerned, but they know the talent's there in the squad that can get past these games. And they proved everyone right. Let's just get to your comments. John, big up, mate. Hope you are. I'm good, John. I'm good. Ox has been one of our best players this month for me. Yeah, he has. And he still gets a lot of disrespect from Liverpool fans, and I don't know why, because, I think Ox is a fine player. He's still a young man. I believe he's only 28 years of age. Still a young man. Still got a lot to give. I do think this is probably his last season. I can't see, Liverpool keeping him on. I really can't. I don't think that will happen. I don't think that will happen. Him staying at the club, I think he will probably leave, which it's a shame. I mean, he's been a good servant for the club, but that knee injury against City really put him back, and then the reoccurring injury while he was in rehab. just setting back loads. But he's a fine player, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and he's stepped up. He's got a couple of goals. He's played well. Teams should be happy, and the disrespect should stop because he's done a job while Salah and Mane have been away. Jota's obviously been fantastic, but actually a bit hit and miss at times. I think he was tremendous against Brentford. He was better against Palace, and he was fantastic against Arsenal in the Cup. So a little bit hit and miss there, but fantastic player. He's got 10 goals in the league this season. Only Salah's in front of him. And that's incredible numbers from Jota he's putting up this season. Considering everyone thought that why are we buying a £40 million player from Wolves, how's he going to improve our forward line? Well, Diogo Jota broke the famous front three. And Gary Neville himself said, in his podcast, said the other day he was saying that Jota, he couldn't see Jota getting in a front three that's probably the best front three in world football. Bobby, Salah and Mane at the time around 18, 19, 19, 20. That was the best front three in world football without a shadow of a doubt. Might not have been the best individual three players, but as a combination as a front three, there probably wasn't much better than Bobby Firmino, Salah and Mane. Absolutely fantastic footballers. And, Jota, I can't believe we got him for 40 million. I know we got him for 40 million because, we paid out in little instalments. Wolves are happy with that. Where I know Timo Werner wanted the transfer paid out in whole. Liverpool preferred the instalment method, which is quite regularly used by a lot of football clubs. But we got the better player. I mean, he's a far better finisher than Timo Werner is. Timo Werner relies on his pace and agility, where Jota's got a bit more class about him. He's not super quick, but he's quick enough to get away from players. It's not Mane Salah quick, but he's quicker than Bobby. But to break that front three up, it's just amazing. And I think he's only 24 years of age. He's the future of our forward line. And I couldn't be more happy. Our forward line with Mane, Salah, Jota and Bobby. And Origi, when he's fit, Origi's a cult hero at our club for a reason. He gets important goals at important times. That's 5 very good forwards that not a lot of teams around the league or Europe have actually got. So I think we're a lot luckier than some fans might think. Jota's going to get 20 plus this season easy. Hopefully, I mean, he should do. The way he's going at this moment in time, he should do. I mean, Salah to be still top goal scorer is mad, considering he's missed 2 league games being at AFCON. He's just different level. Salah's just different level. And he's doing well at AFCON at the moment. He just got the winning penalty last night, obviously, to put Egypt into the quarterfinals of the AFCON, which is an amazing step for them because that Egyptian team is not good. Don't know if anyone's been watching in the AFCON. I've been watching bits and pieces because Sky Sports coverage is absolutely disgusting. And they put games on when they're halfway through. Or the other night, there was a game on with only 25 minutes left. And they just started it then. It was awful coverage. Don't give a crap about it. It's just a little money grab for them. But, Salah's he's not been great. He's not putting up trees or anything. I mean, it's very difficult when you're the only player in that team. What's the Arsenal player's name again? Alina, I can't remember his name now. But he's not doing nothing much. Plus, they're playing Mo Salah as number 9. I mean, Mo Salah's not a number 9. He's a right inside forward. So playing him a little bit out of position. But the cool calmness to get the winning penalties, put your country into the quarterfinal when you're the captain and the superstar player, just shows how great the man is. And Egypt have got every chance, really. They've got every chance of causing upsets. They're not the strongest African nation by any way, but they do have the best player in world football at this moment in time. And, it's showing. He's just different planet at the moment, mentally, physically, ability-wise, Mo Salah. He's the man. He's showing it for Egypt at the AFCON. Obviously, talk about AFCON. Got to talk about what happened to Mane. You know, Mane getting injured, and I don't know what the rules of concussion over there is in the AFCON Championships, but don't look like there was any. You know, he looked completely dazed and sick, did Mane, and they let him back on the pitch, and I don't think he looked tremendous. And, you know, it really affected him. You could see he was in a bad way, and they eventually substituted him off. But you could see he was in a bad way, and it's just glad he's all right. Apparently he had one night in hospital, but he's okay now, which is good. I think Liverpool are thinking about bringing him back or sending their own doctors over to check him over, because it didn't look like there was any precaution on concussion whatsoever, which is a worrying thing because, you know, as we say, concussions nowadays, it's a really important thing it's looked at properly, because, you know, a lot of players in the past have had bad concussions, and the older players that are passing away, unfortunately, you know, they can be linked down to brain injuries from concussions. So it's a very important thing to look at. So I think it was a little bit worrying, them just throwing him back on the pitch when he looked sick and ill. But hopefully he's all right now. I don't know if he'll play he shouldn't play the next game. That's for sure. He should be rested. You can't take that chance. I know he's there. You know, he's Sadio Mane, but for Senegal, but he's one of their top attractions, one of the top players. But, you know, you got to put the health of the man first, and they don't look like they are. But yeah, as John says there, Jota's going to get 20 plus goals easy. I think you're right, John. I mean, he should do. He broke, as I say, he's broken to that front three. He's a fantastic footballer. You know, he's doubled his transfer value easy by now. Talk about transfers. Let's just quickly get these transfers. So Diaz from Porto. So rumour is that Spurs are very interested in him, and they've made an attempt to buy him. They put in a 30 million bid, but he's got a buyout clause. So I'm not quite sure what the 30 million bid was about when he's got a buyout clause, but apparently he's saying he doesn't want to go to Spurs, and he's looking to go to Liverpool in the summer. And apparently him and his agent have said that Liverpool are very interested in him and have been scouting him for a year. So there must be something there. How much is there? I don't know. It could be absolutely nothing at the end of the day. It could just be media bluff on his agent's part, trying to get a better deal at Tottenham. But, you know, it's not going well for Tottenham at the moment. Obviously, Adama Traore was... Tottenham been flirting with Adama Traore since the summer. They've been putting little bids in for him everywhere. £15 million bid, you know, an £18 million bid. Wolves told them the price. Tottenham jerked them around a bit too long, and it never came through. And this is what happens when you don't get your house in order, guys. If you want a player, and you've been looking at that player, just do the right work. Get your player in. And now he's gone to Barcelona just like that. Incredible bit of business by Barcelona. I didn't even know Barcelona were interested till yesterday, looking at Twitter. And yeah, he's already at Barcelona, past the medical and everything. And he's gone there on loan till the end of the season with, I think it's £23 million transfer next season if they want to keep him. So it's a loan to buy. Why Tottenham couldn't have done that, I have no idea. And obviously they look like they're going to lose out on Diaz. So that's two of their players they were looking at that these got to fall back on Tottenham, really. And they've only got themselves to blame on that problem. And they're going for, you know, we're going to talk about later. It's one of the things we're going to talk about later, where people finish in this league. And, you know, Tottenham are chasing top four. And if they lose out on them two players, I'll tell you what, transfer deadline day on Monday is going to be extremely interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to do a live stream Monday evening. We're going to start at 10 o'clock. We're going to do the last hour of the transfer deadline. We're going to go through all the transfers and then what's happened and see where everyone lies. Other transfer news today. Aston Villa getting Chambers in, from Arsenal. Now, this one shocked me a little bit. I never even knew this was on the cards. But yeah, Aston Villa getting Callum Chambers in is a great bit of business for them. And will he start for Villa? I'm not too sure, but he's a good, decent squad player. But it's another body Arsenal have lost. I don't know what quite is going on over at Arsenal. Not that I really care, to be fair, but I don't really know what's going on over there. They've let a few players go out on loan now the last couple of weeks, and they don't seem to be bringing anybody in. As I say, they've only got till Monday. They've got this weekend. They've got to get these transfers in. Not quite sure what's going on. Same with Man United. Newcastle want Lingard. Man United want stupid money for him. They want 50 million for him. Although he's got a year left in his contract, but I don't really blame United for that. At the end of the day, we all know how much money Newcastle's got, and this is going to happen to Newcastle all the time now. Teams are going to want ridiculous money off them for their players, and you can't blame the clubs for it. They all know how wealthy Newcastle are, and they're going to take advantage of that. So, but can I see Lingard at Newcastle? Yeah, I think I can. But and talking about Newcastle, we'll talk about them later because, as I say, we're going to talk about all the final league positions and see where everything lies. So it's going to be an interesting show, this, guys. It's going to be an interesting show. And we're going to get on with it now. Let's just read John's comment. Arsenal are in the shit, but they don't have enough players to play a game. Oh, I know. They keep loaning players out. It's crazy what's going on over there. I don't understand it. I don't know if they've got plans. They're going to bring someone in, and they need a forward. They've got no forward. They've got Lacazette or Lacamis, whatever you want to call him. He just don't turn up, does he? It's not the answer for him at this moment in time to get that top 4 place. Martinelli's a tremendous young player. He's Arsenal's best young player, without a doubt. None of this Saka stuff. It's Martinelli. He's a great player, but is Martinelli? Martinelli needs help. He's only a youngster. He's a young boy. He needs more experience alongside him. Hi, Luca. How you going? I hope you're well, Luca. Hope you're doing good, my man. But yeah, Arsenal need more reinforcements. They need goal scorers. As I say, Martinelli, I think, is a fantastic footballer. Got a lot of respect for the kid, but he needs decent players alongside him. And at the moment, you got Lacazette's not good enough. Saka are really great, but he's a bit hit and miss lately because he's a youngster. Overplaying their youngsters, and that's a little bit of a problem. John Moore, do you think we'll get that young guy in from Fulham, mate? Carvalho, I think we will. I think it'll be a summer transfer. He fits everything FSG and Liverpool are about. Young, hot prospect with bundles of talent. A bit like Harvey Elliott transfer. Bit like the Harvey Elliott transfer. It's everything they're about. I think he's a tremendous player. He's a Premier League player. He's too good for the Championship. And I think he could work really well with his Liverpool team. John Conway, hope you're well, mate. Hope you're good. How you doing, John? So, guys, obviously, changed my setup a little bit. Got a Liverpool flag behind me now. New headphones. I've got a microphone at last. So I should sound a lot better, hopefully. Hopefully it's coming through to you guys. I should sound a little bit better. But yeah, so let's get on with this bit, guys. Let's get on with it. So, who will be champions? Now, this might seem like a silly question. John, I think it's risking it to wait till the summer. I pay $5 million now and loan him back. Maybe that's something they might do, but sometimes these clubs have already sort of done the deal behind the scenes. Sometimes deals are already done behind the scenes. So, like the Harvey Elliott deal, we got him in that, and we knew he was a talent, but no one was people were going after him, but I think the deal was already sort of done between the clubs. And I wouldn't be surprised if this deal was already done between the clubs. He just suits FSG to a T. And I've watched him quite a bit when I've seen Fulham play and in the Championship, and I've gone online, looked at him and that, and he looks a tremendous player. He's definitely, in that Harvey Elliott mould, and that's what we're building to. We are building the next cream of young players. And we've got the Curtis Joneses of this world, the Canates of this world, the Trents of this world. Joe Gomez is still only 24. People forget. Harvey Elliott, Jota's only 24. Carvalho, if he comes in, is only 20. So they are building, and they know what they're looking at. And when we buy young players, I'm not actually too concerned, because Liverpool sort of know what they're looking at with them, where that's concerned. Good, thank you, Jamie. How are you? Oh, I'm doing really well, mate. Thank you. I've actually had a shave. Don't know if everyone likes it. I don't like being clean shaven, I have to admit. But yeah, it was growing out of control. Needed to be done. John, Liverpool really do believe we can still win it. Yeah. I'll get to that in a sec. We'll go have a discussion about it. If we win the game in hand and we should beat City, it'd be down to just 3 points. Yeah. So that's it. That's why I'm asking who will be champions, because a lot of people might say this is a silly question because City are running away with it. So right now, City are 9 points clear in the league. They're 9 points clear in the league. Liverpool obviously have a game in hand on Manchester City. They have 2 games in hand over Chelsea. A game in hand is against Leeds. Now, games in hand, I'd always rather have points on the table than games in hand. You never know what's going to happen with your game in hand. It's not always a guaranteed 3 points, and it's all done. I think we should beat Leeds. That's not a worry for me. When we play them, I see us beating Leeds anyway. That's not a problem. But as you say, we go 6 points behind if we win our game in hand. Now, 6 points, it's not big. That's not big at all. That's not a massive gap. But our only problem is we still need City to lose games or drop a lot of points. And we have got to go on one hell of a winning run to be able to catch them. And I don't know if we can. We will catch them, shall we say? It's going to be extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. Hopefully we do. I see us more winning Champions League over the league this year. I really do. I've been saying that since the beginning of the season. I just think City will have a little bit too much. I think their next 2 games are quite simple. They should get past without major problems. But then I think they got Man United, Spurs and Everton in a row. 3 games in a row. And Liverpool's next 6 games are not too bad. Our fixtures are not too bad. I'm actually expecting us to win our next 6 games. I really am. They're not bad for you. I think Leicester's the only hard game we've got, and that's at home. And that's on the 10th of Feb when we come back. And I really fancy us against Leicester at home. So we just got to keep winning. We got to keep winning. We got to keep the pressure on as much as we possibly can. Even Chelsea, to a degree, got to keep that pressure on Man City. Obviously we've got these games in hand over Chelsea. So, if we can get clear of Chelsea, that gives us a bit of breathing room between second and third, and we can just really concentrate on chasing City down. And say 9 points at this moment seems like a lot. 6 points don't seem so bad. But when you're chasing Man City, you're asking for City to drop, a lot of points. And yeah, we just got to go on an amazing winning run, which we can do. Only Man City and Liverpool in the last few years have gone on massive winning runs. Not many teams have the last few seasons. Liverpool did it at the end of last season. We went on that 10-game run when we won 8 and draw 2. The last 10 games of the season got us into third. The season before that, I think we won 13 in a row. Season before that, I think we won 14 in a row. It's Liverpool can do it. We've got the players to do it. We've got the mentality to do it. We've got the manager to do it. My only problem is it's not that we can't do it. It's just that will Man City drop 7 points, 8 points, and we make that up. We can make it up. I ain't got a problem with that. My problem is, can City drop it? I didn't expect City to draw to Southampton, so that is one thing. But for me, it's between Liverpool. It's between City and Liverpool. I'd say it's 70-30 in City's favour at the moment. 70-30 in City's favour. It's obviously we've got to play Man City again. This is the thing. If we win our game in hand and it's 6 points and it stays 6 points till we play Man City and we beat Man City at the Etihad, then you're looking at 3 points till the end of the season. Then we got a race on. Then we got a title race on. Massively. So yeah, we just got to keep in there, guys. We just got to keep going. Let's read your comments. We have proven we can go on a run. If anyone's going to beat City for the title, it's like, yeah, exactly. I think it's between us and City. And Salah and Mane will come back wanting to go out or win the league. They are. Luca, how's you? I am good, Luca. I hope you're good, my man. Yeah, it's gonna be a toughie. It's gonna be hard. Look, obviously we all know when I think 6th of February we got Cardiff in the FA Cup at Anfield. If Salah doesn't make the the African Cup of Nations final, we'll have everyone back for the Cardiff game. Not that we need everyone for the Cardiff game because I don't think they'd play. And then we got on the 10th of February when we got Leicester City at home. We got obviously the whole team's back, and we're talking a whole squad. And it'll hopefully be the only time. I know the boys in Brazil at this moment in time. Like Alisson got sent off today. Crazily, he kicked a player in the head from he kicking the ball or something and followed through and kicked the bloke in the head and got sent off. So the boys are playing in Brazil today. Hopefully they all come out of that injury free. Otherwise, we'll have a fully fit squad for the first time this season because we didn't even start the season with a completely fully fit squad. So let's go from the Leicester game from the 10th of February. We'll have available, Ali in goal. We'll have Trent available, Robbo available, Van Dijk available, Matip available, Kanate available, Gomez available, Tsimikas available. Midfield options, we'll have Fabinho available, Thiago available. Thiago's a big one. Keita available, Harvey Elliott available, Henderson available, Milner available, Oxlade-Chamberlain available. Do you see how much better that is straight away in that midfield area? Can really rotate in that midfield area with all them back and just look after Thiago because we need to keep Thiago fit. We need to keep Thiago as fit as we can so we can just rotate that area. Obviously, we'll have Curtis Jones in there who's blossomed since everyone's been away. And then obviously up front, we'll have Mane available, Salah available, Bobby available, Jota available, and Origi available. That ain't a bad team, guys. That is not a bad squad. Yes, obviously it can be better adding to it, but that ain't a bad squad. And all that available, and all it is from now is going for everything. Got a League Cup final at the end of February. The Champions League starts a week before, and then we got hopefully more FA Cups because I really want us to go and win the FA Cup this year. I really, really want us to win that FA Cup. I want to do a club. I want to win both cups. Really want to go and win the League Cup, and I really want to win the FA Cup this year. And then have a good run Champions League and see what happens in the league. See where it goes, guys. See where it goes. But for me at this moment in time, I'd still pick City just for the fact I know we can go on winning runs. And I know we'll be fine. But I just don't know if City will drop too many points. But as John says here, just to put a cat in the pigeons, City have Villa in the last game. Just saying. It's so true. Could you imagine? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Villa City, last game of the season. Can you imagine if the league comes to the last game of the season and Stevie's playing? Oh my word! Because I can tell you right now, unlike a lot of last day of the season games, Stevie will have that Villa team out to try and beat that City team. There's no doubt about it. He would have them motivated. It would just be up to the Villa players if they cared enough. Villa beat City to win. Liverpool win the league if Stevie. You can't do that. You can't do that. Could you imagine the banter forever between rival fans? I couldn't deal with it. Couldn't deal with it, John. Couldn't deal with it, my man. So yeah, I'm going City to be champions. 70-30 in their favour at the moment. I think we're not going to finish any lower than second for me this year. We will be runners up. As I've said all season, the last few years, Liverpool and Manchester City are the two best teams in this league still, and nothing's changed my mind about that. Chelsea, they've got a tremendous squad, tremendous manager, but it's not all blossoming there at the moment. They fell behind a little bit, which I am shocked about because going into their season, they looked tremendous, and they looked the team maybe to win this league and the favourites of the league. So it just shows how far they've fallen. But yeah, for me, the champions of this season will be Manchester City. So let's get to a bit more here, guys. Top four. Let's talk about top four, guys. Top four. I'll get something up here, guys. I'm going to share something with you now. So, guys, let's talk top four. Can you guys see that okay? Let's take this away. So, top four then, guys. So, there's the league table at the moment. Hopefully, you can see that okay. So, at the moment, Man City obviously top of the league. They played 23 games, won 18, drawn 3, lost 2. Scored 55 goals, conceded only 14. Got a goal difference of 41 with 57 points. And then Liverpool in second, played one game less than 22, won 14, drawn 6, lost 2. This just shows how tight it could have been between Liverpool and Man City this season. This is a thing that annoys me just a tad. Liverpool and Man City have both only lost 2 games this season. What Liverpool's problem is, look, we've won 4 less than Man City, but we've drawn 3 more games. Take the draws away. Take them draws away. Them draws against Man City themselves when we were 2-1 up and we should have held out for a win. The draw to Brighton, the West Ham result. Take them results away. That draw against Brighton, just take that draw against Brighton away. Should have won that game. You take that away, and this Liverpool team is completely fighting with Man City. No problem whatsoever. And then we've got Chelsea in third. Oh, hang on. Before I say that, I will say Liverpool scored 58 goals this season to Man City's 55. I don't think we've ever gone to outscored Man City in a season before. So, our goal scoring form has been fantastic. We conceded 19 goals. So maybe a bit there on the defence. I mean, when we the season we finished runners up to Man City on 97 points, we only conceded 22 goals that whole season. Madness. Chelsea obviously in third place. Now Chelsea, as I said at the beginning, just a moment ago, Chelsea were the favourites for this league at the beginning of the season, from my point of view. The players they bought in the last 18 months, and then buying Lukaku, and then firing on from there. Yeah, I would have made Chelsea favourites at the beginning of this season. And they started the season extremely well, as did City and Liverpool. But yeah, Chelsea are at the top of the league for a while. And there were a lot of pundits and people's favourites for this league title. And they've slipped away quite a bit. They have slipped away. They've dropped quite a bit. At some points, they've slipped away quite a bit. You see, they're on 24 games. We've only played 22. They've won 13. They've drawn 8 games. That's a lot of games to draw. And that's why it's all over for them. You can't draw 8 games at this stage of the season. And also, they've lost 3 games. They've scored 48 goals, conceded 1 less than us at 18, but scored 10 less goals than us. And on 47 points. And as you can see there, their results of their last 5 games are not fantastic. Obviously won their last game, but there's 3 draws and a loss in there. So it's not fantastic reading for them. Man City, look at that, 4 wins and a draw. Liverpool, 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss. Obviously the Leicester game. And then you go to Man United. Man United on 22 games played. So they played 2 less than Chelsea. They've won 11, drawn 5, and lost 6 games. They've lost 6 games this season. Jeez. They've only scored 36 goals, but conceded 30. Conceded 30 goals this season. They've only scored 6 more goals than they've conceded. That's awful. And they got a goal difference of 6 and 38 points. So they got 2 games down on Chelsea. Now, I don't think they're going to catch Chelsea. I think the point gap there is, it's 9 points at this moment in time. So that'll still be 6 points if they win their games in hand. I think the top 3 is the top 3 for me. It could be in any, I think Chelsea are the 3rd team in this league, and then City, Liverpool. But it's this top 4 race is exciting. For me, it's between Man United, West Ham, Arsenal and Tottenham. It's got to be one of them that's going to get 4th. As you can see, Wolves are there in 8th place at the moment. Wolves have snuck up behind everybody, and no one expected it. They're doing bits. Was watching Roy Jennings on the other day. He was asking, should Chelsea sack Tuchel? Oh, there you go. It's all coming home to roost, ain't it? So this 4th place, and I say it is really up for grabs. Really up for grabs. Man United will probably be favourites for 4th at this moment in time because they got the better individual quality. Out of all the teams here, they've got the better individual quality. West Ham, I think they've done tremendous just to be in 5th place at the moment. You see their form there. They've lost their last 2 games. But they've done a heck of a job just to be in that top 2, in that 5th position at this moment in time. I think, they're still in Europa League, aren't they? So when that kicks off again, you're in the knockout stages now. It gets harder. You're playing better teams. Thursday, Sunday thing will come back in again. It's going to be difficult for West Ham. It's going to be difficult from the keep 5th. And then you got Arsenal and Spurs. And now Arsenal and Spurs, I don't know what you get from these 2 teams. They can't buy a player at the moment. Every player they're looking at to buy don't want to join them. So obviously Arsenal went for Holic and he's gone to Juventus. And Tottenham were in for Diamond Traore and Lucas Diaz. And, both of them don't want to join. Traore went to Barcelona and Diaz is holding out for a bigger club in the summer, i.e. Liverpool. So they're finding it hard to sign these players at the moment. Now, that's why I give Man United 4th. They've just got the better individual talent. I mean, they got a Bruno Fernandes, they got a Ronaldo at the end of the day. Don't matter his age, they've got a Ronaldo. West Ham, West Ham will struggle for me. I can't see them doing too much. I think they'd start a drop down leg as Europe starts again. Tottenham, they've got Conte in. Conte's form at Tottenham is so hit and miss. It's so hit and miss at this moment in time. And you just don't know what Tottenham team's going to show up. You don't know if you're going to get the Tottenham team that played Liverpool when they looked absolutely fantastic. Or you get the Tottenham team that's played Chelsea twice in 3 weeks and absolutely looked dire. They need players in. Kane and Son are not clicking at this moment in time. Nothing's working for them there. Look, they should have lost to Leicester. 2-1 down in the 94th minute and won it 3-2. That's madness. That sort of thing don't happen every week. So they've got away with that result. And they never kicked on from it either. Lost to Chelsea quite easy. So it's going to be hard for these teams to... It's going to be hard to predict. But Wolves, they're in 8th place. Now, I'm not saying Wolves are going to finish 4th. No, I'm not saying that. They're on 34 points at the moment. They played a game more in Tottenham on 36. But Tottenham have only played 20 games. So Tottenham will probably feel they've got it in them the most to get this top 4. As I say, they've played 2 games less than Man United and they're 2 points behind them. But Tottenham have only scored 26 goals this season. And they've conceded 24. So they've only got a plus goal. They've only scored 2 goals more than they've conceded. They've got a real problem with scoring goals. So a real problem there for Spurs. But their form's not too bad. 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss in their last 5 games. Tottenham will feel like they got the most chance of catching United into 4th place. I think Tottenham will finish above Arsenal. I've said it for time now. I don't think Arsenal have improved as a club. I think they're still the same club that they have been the last 2 years. It's just that everyone around them has not been nowhere near as good. Tottenham have not been as good as they usually have been. Man United have not been great. Arsenal not been like Arsenal, and Leicester have not been great, and they're usually the teams around Arsenal. So Arsenal have taken advantage of that by just keeping at a steady rate and not really doing anything amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal finished 7th this season. 7th or 6th or 7th or 8th. It's got to be one of them positions. But I'd say Wolves, Wolves have done well to get where they are at this moment, 8th in the league, but they've only scored 19 goals. Conceded 16. They got the second best defence in the league. But at the same time, it's not like they attack. They've only got 19 goals, so that's a little problem from there. So you just wonder if they got enough goals in their team to push for European places, which I don't know if they have. They've got a great... their form is the same as Man City's. They've got 4 wins and 1 draw in the last 5 games, so their form is very good. So for top 4, I am going how the top 4 is now. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys. And at the end of this video, don't forget to put your comments below. Go below in the comments, guys, at the end of this video, and put your predictions in. Let's go to what 3 teams will go down. So this should be a fun one, guys. Let's look at the bottom 3 teams. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that okay. So this is the bottom of the league here. So we've got Burnley, rock bottom of the league, 20th on 18 points. They've only won 1 game all season. They've drawn 9 and lost 8. Incredible form. I'm saying that they've lost 2 more games in... I think they've lost that. Hang on, sorry. Is that 8 games? I've lost my page. Yeah, they've lost 8 games, which is only 2 more than Man United. But yeah, they're in dire form, absolutely dire form. Only winning 1, 9 draws. They're stuck on 12 points, which is an abysmal return. Their form is abysmal. 3 losses and 2 draws in their last 5 games is nowhere near good enough. It's awful form. Watford, who just sacked their 70-year-old manager and then hired a 74-year-old manager. Yeah, that's Watford. Why they've done that, they don't give a manager a chance. Watford have had more managers the last 8 years than Liverpool have had since Bill Shankly retired. And he retired in the 70s, early 70s. So let that sink in. That's how bad Watford are with management at this moment in time. Newcastle. Now, Newcastle are an interesting team. They've just bought Gomares, is it? That's done deal. Tremendous midfielder. Far too good for this Newcastle team. Far too good. He could get into our midfield. I'm not going to lie. Tremendous midfielder. Great buy. Great bit of business. Trippier's a good bit of business at fullback. They only bought... what's the fella up front they bought? The bloke from Burnley. His name skips me at this moment in time. They only bought him to basically shithouse Burnley, taking their most lethal striker away just for the sake of it. I see Newcastle getting out of it. They're going to spend ridiculous money. They haven't finished yet, guys. That's not, they got till Monday. They haven't finished yet. I think they'll probably get. I wouldn't be surprised if they get Lingard in as well. Yeah, that's it, John. Thank you, Chris Wood. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they get Lingard in as well. I really wouldn't. I think they'll get a few more in. I really do. I don't think they're finished yet. And they've got St. Maximin there, who's a tremendous footballer as well. Jonjo Shelvey can do bits. They need a defender. Apparently, they're looking at Nat Phillips at this moment in time. But Liverpool don't want to do the deal. They want to hold that for a bit more money than what they're offering. It's a loan to buy. But Liverpool want guaranteed money. And then you've got Norwich, who's out the relegation zone for the first time. On 17 points, 22 games played. So they played a game more than Newcastle, 2 more games than Watford, and 5 more games than Burnley. Burnley have got 5 games in hand. Now, I don't think it matters because Burnley are terrible, and I don't see them really. No one sees them winning, even 3 out of the 5 games they got in hand. So I don't even see them winning 2 out of the 5 games they got in hand. So I am saying Burnley's gone. I think Watford, look, they got Roy Hodgson's coming, 74 years of age. It's a crazy. I don't understand it. They've sacked a 70-year-old manager for a 74-year-old manager. They don't give no manager time to do anything. I just don't see them. I really don't see them staying up. Norwich, 16 points. They've won their last 2 games, which has got them out of this relegation zone. They've won 4 games this season, which is the same as Watford, 2 more than Newcastle and 3 more than Burnley. But as you say, Burnley got 5 games in hand, but as we say, we don't think that really matters at this point in time. Norwich, I feel Norwich will get relegated. I think Newcastle will get out of this relegation zone just through money. They're just going to throw everything at it. They know they can't go down. They can't take a year out of the Premier League, not with what they want to do. Sorry, and they're looking to stay up and then go massive in the summer and really push for them European places next summer. I wouldn't be surprised. I think Norwich will get sucked back down to it just because of Newcastle's money. If it weren't for Newcastle's money, I'd say Newcastle would go down. Everton, so take a minute to laugh at Everton. Obviously, they've played 20 games, won 5, drawn 4, but lost 11. They've actually lost more than Burnley, and they've played 2 more games than Burnley. They're in awful form. Their form is terrible. 4 losses out of 5 games with 1 draw. It's absolutely awful. Obviously, Duncan's their caretaker manager now. Might as well give them the job till the end of the season. They've tried everything else. They've had Ronald Koeman. They've had Rafa Benitez. They've had one of the greatest football managers of the last generation, Carlo Ancelotti. And nothing works. Waste money. Just concentrating too much on a stadium on the docks. That doesn't matter when you haven't got a football team. There's nothing there. There's no director of football, and if there is, he's useless at his job. The academy, what are they doing with that? Where's this money being spent? Yeah, the ownership at Everton is disgusting. The only thing is, I think they'll have enough to stay up, but I don't think it's going to be by much. They're going to be in around this 15th to 17th position by the end of the season. So my relegation. Don't forget to put yours in the comments, guys, and put your comments below once this video is finished. My relegation win is Burnley, Watford, and Norwich. I feel bad for Norwich because they are starting to play well, but this Newcastle money is real, man, and they're just spend and get out of this. John's gone, same as the bottom 3 it is now. Yeah, I just think Newcastle are just going to spend out of it and catch Norwich at the end of the day. It's going to be tight. It's going to be close because there's a lot to do. And I say they've only won 2 games, Newcastle, so they've got a lot to do. So don't forget, guys, put everything down in the comments, guys, where you think. So in the comments below after this video, put down who you think will win the league. We probably know who your top 4 is, and who is your who will get relegated. So let's grade all the teams, guys. Let's go through this now. So let's grade all the teams to start with the top of the table. So let's start with the leaders and the reigning champions, Manchester City. So their form has been excellent. They bought Jack Grealish in for £100 million, and they don't even need him. This is what I keep saying about people who keep moaning about money in Liverpool and all the other clubs compete with Manchester City. Manchester City bought £100 million player, and we cannot compete with him. We cannot compete with that. You know, if Liverpool bought £100 million player, he'd have to be our best player. He'd have to play every week. Man City bought one, and he's not made a difference to this side at all. At all. He could play and not play for 5 games, and Man City would still win games. That's how good this Man City team is. That's how hard it is for this Liverpool team to compete against them. All this nonsense that Man City are going about their business about a striker. Liverpool haven't had an out-and-out striker for years. You know, Bobby Firmino's not an out-and-out striker, and neither Salah and Mane. They're just attacking players. So that gets on my nerves a bit. But you'll have to give them A+ at the moment. They've been in tremendous form. Reigning champions, running away with this league at this moment in time. Liverpool in second place. Not much transfer business in the summer, just buying Konate in, but a tremendous centre-back that he is for 36 million. It's going to be the future for Liverpool. Yeah, and that was all Liverpool's transfers. That was it. But they're still competing, and they're second in the league. Players went to AFCON. We still won them games in League Cup final. It's not been a bad old season for Liverpool so far. It's just that Man City are just so good. So I'm going to give Liverpool an A- at this moment in time. Well, no, just an A. Because I think we could have been a little bit better. We've had some sloppy results. That Brighton result never happened. You know, we just got that win against Brighton. This league is on because that 6 points cut down to 3 with the game in hand. Chelsea, you got to be real with. I mean, they're a point behind us, but as I say, we've got 2 games in hand on them. We could make that a 7-point gap. At the beginning of the season, everyone tipped Chelsea to win the league. You just go back in the papers, listen to the pundits. You know, they all tipped Chelsea to win this league with the money they spent. Lukaku for 97 million. Complete waste of money. It's just a massive pudding. You know, his first touch is still in Milan. It's just an awful footballer. Absolutely awful. Yeah, and their drop away has been terrible. You know what I mean? They're third in the league. I'm going to go B- for Chelsea because I think that's the same as John's gone the same B-. Their form's been terrible. It's been so hit and miss, and it shouldn't be. They started this league tremendously. They got a tremendous squad. Spent a lot of money. We were told Tuchel was better than Klopp and all this nonsense, and they've really fallen away. And Liverpool only buying Konate and having players that the attacking players gone to the African Cup of Nations. Everyone said we'd fall behind then. You know, even rival fans were saying, wait till Liverpool, like Salah and Mane leave and all that. Second in the league. So I'm going B- for Chelsea. All right, Man United. It's quite difficult to grade some of these teams because let's go with Manchester United. Last season, Manchester United finished second. We were told they had a tremendous season, although they finished 19 points behind Manchester City. But we were told they had a tremendous season. Liverpool had one of the worst seasons in their living memory for years. We had so many injuries. We had to play we had to play a kid who was playing non-league football the season before at centre-back, and Nat Phillips, who was playing for a second division German side, alongside him. We had nothing in reserve. The team was dead on their knees, and we somehow got third and finished 5 points behind this amazing Man United team. Then they go into the transfer market this summer and they buy Rafa Varane from Real Madrid, who's a tremendous defender. Let's not get this way. World Cup winner, Champions League winner, league title winner, fantastic footballer. And they went and bought him. They bought Jadon Sancho, who's all told is the next best thing, best winger around apart from Salah. All this and that for 70 odd million. Tried to get him the season before, but didn't bid the 100 million that Dortmund wanted. And he's been completely toast. You know, he's dead. Brown bread, man. Brown bread. And what's he done? Should be criticised more, but I think he's getting away with criticism a little bit. And then they bought Cristiano Ronaldo, the pet project, the vainest buy I've ever seen in my life. A player they didn't need, who doesn't improve their team. So last season, Man United had the best season apparently they've had since they won the league back in 2012 or 2013. And that's their best season since. Although Mourinho got runners-up in that league and won a Europa League, but apparently that don't count. And then they buy all these players, and we're told, oh, Man United go win everything. They're going to be in proper trouble for Man City and Chelsea. Liverpool are dead in the water, all this and that. Yeah, and they're in fourth, miles behind, and they're only fourth because they're just the rest of the best of the rest. And Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea are far too good for this league. Man United, from being the best runners-up of all time to then buying three apparently world-class out of this world footballers, and they're dog food. So I'm going to give them an F because you can't big up your team the way Man United have this season from last season. You can't do it. You can't finish second last season, big yourself up. Best season since we won the league. This is Ollie's taking us the right way, you know. And then buy three tremendous footballers. Let's get it right. Three tremendous footballers and fail. And fail. And fail. And one more time. And fail. It's an F. It's an F for me. Fourth. No, finish fourth all you want, Man United. Do what you want. You got to be miles behind. I said it beginning round, just before Christmas. Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea could be 15 to 18 points in front of fourth place. It could easily be at the moment, but Liverpool are same amount of points played, are 10 points in front of Man United in fourth. So I'm not too far behind that prediction. And Chelsea, I know they've played 2 games more, but they're 9 points behind. But, you know, Man United have got an easy February. I looked at their fixtures earlier. They should be winning most of them games this February, to be fair. But you just don't know this Man United team. West Ham. I've got to give West Ham an A. I've got to give West Ham an A so far this season. An A plus even. Because who would have thought West Ham would be fighting Champions League football? Who thought West Ham would be fighting at the top of this table? You know, they're in 5th position right now. They've lost their last 2 games, but they won 3 before that. They're just struggling a little bit now because, you know, at the end of the day, they are West Ham. They haven't got the squad. They are going to slip down a little bit, but they've done a tremendous effort. David Moyes should get a lot more credit than he's getting right now. I don't think he's getting the credit he deserves. He's a tremendous manager. He's doing a great job with them. And they're competing with the likes of Man United, who, remember, last season had the greatest season since they won the league. So I'm going to give West Ham an A+ because they shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there, and they're doing a tremendous job. Right, Arsenal spent 150 million in the summer, and they're still the same club. There's nothing different to them. They're out of it's January and they can't win a trophy. Let that sink in. Arsenal Football Club are a huge football club. Let's get this right. They're the 3rd biggest club in this country, probably. You might be able to argue Chelsea that. But they're a massive, massive football club with massive worldwide support. And they can't win a cup this season. They've got nothing to compete for. They're not in Europe, so they're only playing once a week. So there's no excuses there for tiredness. Absolutely none. And, they're sitting sixth at the moment. They've played 21 games yesterday. They've got games in hand. That is true. And they're on 36 points, and they can still catch us. They can still catch Man United. I'm not saying it. I just don't think they will. I see Arsenal dropping stupid points. Look, they just drew to Burnley 0-0. We just said is the worst team in this league. Burnley are the worst team in this league. And they were at home and they drew 0-0 to Burnley. Arsenal are dead as a football team. They've not improved from last season like people think they have. It's just that the teams around them have been not very good either. So Arsenal just kept at the same standard. So it makes it look like they've been better. I'm going to give Arsenal a D. I can't go to an F with Arsenal. They are sixth in the league. They are sort of the same team they have been all since the last 2 years. But spending 150 million, I expected more. Tottenham, I don't blame a lot of it. Look, Tottenham, you got to look at the chairman at Tottenham. He's extremely tight with his money. As we've talked about already, there were 2 transfers they could possibly have done already this January, and none of them are done. Traore went to Barcelona, and Diaz doesn't want to go to Tottenham. Plus, they only bid 30 million, and he's got a release clause of 55 million. So, what you doing there? Piss take. Tottenham, they got games in hand. They're the team, if they can get it correct, because of the Conte factor, and this is the only reason I'm saying this for Tottenham, because of the Conte factor, they could push for that 4th place. Because they have got the likes of Harry Kane, they have got the likes of Son, Bergwijn, who's been a good player, Lucas Moura. They've got quality there. Their midfield's dead, though, and their defence ain't good enough, and I think that's why they won't get 4th place. I hate to say it, I think Man United, like I've said it already, I think they will. I expected better from Tottenham, especially when Conte came in. I thought this, what a tremendous acquisition that is to get someone like Antonio Conte in. But it's not working. They've not spent money so far, and this is before the transfer window's ended. So if by Monday and they buy somebody, this could, give them more of a chance of top 4. But at this moment in time, going C-. John said that as well. C- for Tottenham. Right, let's get the Wolves. Wolvesy. So with Wolves, I think Wolves have gone really under the radar a little bit, and say they're 8th at the moment. I think this shows how weak the league might be as well at the same time. So I'm going to rate a few of these at once, otherwise we'll be here all day. Wolves at 8th and Brighton 9th, right? Wolves only scored 19 goals. Brighton have scored 23. And they're 8th and 9th in a major league. Sometimes I think it shows the Premier League is really, them top 3 teams, and then you got like your Man United, Arsenal, and Tottenham's. To be 8th and 9th when you've only Wolves have won 10 games though, but they've lost 7 and they're 8th. They've only scored 19 goals. I didn't expect this from Wolves, I've got to say. I think they've had a tremendous halfway of the season so far. So grading them to this point right now, I'm going to give them an A because I didn't expect this from Wolves, I've got to admit. Brighton, Graham Potter, I absolutely adore. I think he's a tremendous manager, Graham Potter. Wolves play fantastic football. Brighton play fantastic football. I mean, they outplayed Chelsea the other day, and I mean outplayed them. Better football team. We should have won the game. I'm going. I really like Brighton. I really like Potter. But as I say, they've won only 6 games, and they're 9th in the league. After 22 games played, they've only won 6 games and 9th in the league. Does that show that our Premier League maybe not as good and strong as we all think it is? Yeah, I'm going to go for a C for a B minus for Brighton. Might sound a bit high, but they're in the top 10. Brighton are in the top 10 after only winning 6 games. it's a bit hard not to give him a B minus. John Walls, I'd go D minus. Brighton D. Oh no, he's changed that to a C. Yeah, D's a bit harsh. Because what? Yeah, it's not like Brighton are champion, title form, European form team where they are. It's amazing. Leicester, right? Leicester. Let's just go F straight away. FA Cup winners from last year. They bought reasonably well this summer. Yes, Fofana was a massive miss for them. It was a big injury. They've had a lot of injuries actually. I mean, when they played us, they didn't have a centre back. They were playing Ndidi in midfield at the back, and they beat us in that game. They got some good youth players, but I really expected Leicester to be doing a little bit better this season and being around that top 7 area. Bit disappointing Leicester this season, so I'm going to give them a D plus. Leicester, John's going Leicester F all day. See, the only reason I'm not going for an F with Leicester is because I never expect Leicester to compete for the title. I think the top 4, when they were competing for top 4 last couple of seasons, I think they were punching above their weight a little bit. But they're that 7th, 8th, 7th, 6th team. And they're not near that at the moment. Nowhere near that. So that's why I'm going D. Aston Villa, tale of 2 seasons so far. Started the season terribly. So we go from when Dean Smith was in charge. I'd go with an F for Aston Villa. I thought they were struggling bad. They had no direction. He looked like he ran out of ideas. It was a struggle for Dean Smith at Villa. Then Stevie came in, changed it completely around. Their transfers have been excellent. Champions. They bought Coutinho in. They've just bought Callum Chambers in. They bought Digna in. They've done well, and they've got a good team there. And F, because they've had 2 managers, I'm going to grade them twice. So F under Dean Smith and a C plus under Stevie. Southampton in 12th. This is the weirdest team in the league for me, Southampton. As I say again, yeah, Villa F, Stevie C. Yeah, I could agree with that. Southampton is such a weird team. They played 22 games. They've only won 5 games. This is what I'm saying about our league, guys. Southampton have only won 5 games this season, and they're 12th. If you've only won 5 games this season, you should be in the bottom 3. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. They have some weird results, Southampton, when they get pummeled by teams they shouldn't be getting beaten against, and they beat teams or draw against teams they shouldn't have no business doing against. It's a hard one to grade. There's sort of a middle of the road team. I'm going to go C, a C minus for Southampton. Crystal Palace, I really like under Patrick Vieira. I think Patrick Vieira's got them playing in a way. Yeah, I'm going to go a D minus for Southampton. Yeah. Crystal Palace, though, that's where I changed that, because I think Crystal Palace, under Roy Hodgson, they were just a team that wanted to stay in the league. So they just defended a lot of their matches out, part of the bus sort of thing, grinding out results. They were not exciting to watch. It was a bit of a chore. Patrick Vieira's come in, turned that around. It will take time to get the Roy Hodgson stink off the team. They've only won 5 games, as I say. I only won 5 games. 5 games, same as Southampton. But I see improvement in Palace's game more than I do see in Southampton's game. So I'm going with Palace. I'm going with a C minus for Palace. And John's gone with that as well. Brentford. Now, Brentford have been a breath of fresh air. Brentford have done really well this season. They're 14th in the league right now, winning 6 games. Their form recent times has been bad. They've only won 1 game in 5 and lost 4. So their form is not good. But what would you expect from a team that's just come up from the Championship, never been in the Premier League? They started it extremely well, 14th place at this moment in time. I'm going to go with a B because, I thought Brentford would really struggle this season. I feel they ain't got really many household names. They're a well-run club. They're a buy-to-sell club. They're a Moneyball club, a bit similar to us. I'm going to go with a B for Brentford. Leeds. Now, Leeds have been shocking at times this season, absolutely shocking. Obviously, they've had a lot of injuries, and Bamford is a big player for them, big player. And he's not played a lot this season. This is a hard one to rate because when you look at Leeds' squad, it's not littered with any real class players. Calvin Phillips is a good player, but he's been coached to be good. You know, they've got. It's a difficult one. But I'm going with a D minus because at one time I thought Leeds could be banging trouble for relegation. Let's go to Everton. F. Just finish it there. Everton and F. They're the worst big run team in this league. Let's get this right. Everton are a big team. We all might take the piss, slag them off and all that, and banter them, but they're a big football team. They are the worst run big team in this league, and they get an F. They're abysmal. Norwich, I'm going to give them an E+. I mean, just for the fact they're out of the relegation zone, but let's not forget, this team stinks. But because they're out of the relegation zone, I'm going to give them benefit there and give them an E+. Newcastle, I'm going to give an F at this moment in time. Only 2 wins this season, and that second win only just happened. So it was still 1 win. So, such a big football team. Obviously, they've got the money now to go get themselves out of this trouble. So ratings could change at the end of the season. But right now, it's going to be an F. Watford, they just got promoted as well. You expect them in and around the relegation zone. They are where they probably should be. I'm going to go, at the moment in relegation zone, they've just got their second. I'll tell you what, with Watford, I'm going to give their ownership an F-. Watford's ownership an F-. Changing the managements around all the time, never giving them a chance to play, picking the wrong manager, going from a 70-year-old to a 74-year-old. Complete joke. So the Watford management and ownership gets an F-. Burnley get the biggest F+ ever. I hope they get relegated. I can't stand Burnley football. I don't like Sean Dyche. I can't stand their boring way of playing. They're dull. The City of Burnley, just as dull. Yeah, I don't mean that. City of Burnley is lovely. I'm only joking. But their football's dead, man. It's dead. Yeah, F-. Whatever you can give Burnley, they're gone. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It was John was always there. Lots of F+ for Burnley from John. Watford F-, Newcastle an F, Norwich an F. Got to be an F for Everton. Yeah, I agree, fella. I agree. Right, guys, that was just a little show to get something out, as we got no football at this moment in time. I don't know what we're going to do. And say we haven't got a game till the 6th of February. We've got Cardiff, which if that is on telly, I think it is going to be on telly. I'll do a watch along for the Cardiff game. I will be back on, what is it now? Thursday. I can't wait till Monday. That'll be too long, won't it? So I'll do a show on Saturday. I'll figure it out yet. If you've got any ideas for a show, guys, just leave a comments below the video when after this video is finished, or just send me a message on Twitter. You know my Twitter, guys, Jamie LFC39. Just throw me some messages there. Or any suggestions of shows you want me to do. I want to do a show on Saturday because I don't want to leave it till Monday to do a show because that's too long. Gap in between. So I'm sure I'll think of something. Look out for it, guys. Just hit the notification bell on your YouTube, and when you subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys, and then you'll know when I go live, not without a problem anyway. Yeah, I'll probably think of something. If not, guys, throw me suggestions, guys, and we'll think it through. But there'll definitely be a show Saturday, so look out for that. And then on Monday, on Monday, I go to do the deadline day. So from the last hour, I'll go live at 10 o'clock. And we'll sit here, guys, the last hour, going through the transfer, see if there's any breaking news. Should be fun. That should be a good one. Looking forward to that one. John, enjoy that brilliant show. Thank you, mate. You enjoyed. When you get in the cottage, guys, on, mate. Right. So it's very difficult to get them on. Obviously, they're extremely busy. They have a lot of shows on. You know, they have their Monday show, Wednesday show, they have their panel show on Thursday, and then they got their cottage calling on Fridays. And then obviously match reviews and previews when there's matches on. So we've got a little bit of a gap at the moment. So I might, send them a message. I've sent them a tweet asking if they watch this, they can hear it now. But hopefully we can sort something out while we got this little break. Maybe we can get them on, do a little show, something fun. Hopefully they want to come on. I know Cal wants to come on. So yeah, hopefully, fellas, hopefully. Saturday then it is, John. So yeah, definitely do something Saturday. It's definitely going to be a show. I'm not sure what yet. We'll think it through, guys, but send me suggestions. And then Monday, we will do the last hour of the transfer deadline. See how we go then. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining in today. I've had a lot of fun with this. It was a good thing to do. Good show. So, guys, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to comment below after this video of all your predictions, your champion, your top four, your relegation, and grade the teams. Give the teams the grades, guys. Yeah, they have no show Saturday. I will message them, see. Right, guys. Thank you very much. You never walk alone. See you soon.